the response of the community itself, the locals, it was also worrisome for me actually because not all of the locals know really the reality of what it is like to live in the Philippines. Kaya ang nangyayari pag nandoon kami sa labas ng detention facility, nagtataka sila bakit nandoon ang mga Pilipino sa labas where in fact we are not even allowed to even see the former president to begin with. Kaya sinasabi namin, in-explain namin na this is one of our what this is what's unique to Filipinos because it's a very collective approach, and even though alam namin na nasa loob yung dating Pangulo, we want him that in spirits malaman nila na we are with the president until he's going to be freed. Um, yung locals talaga dito mismo, sir, they really value human rights. That's why when I talk, it should be valued to begin with. When I talk to them, I always try to explain na kung nabavalue man yung human rights o may value yung human rights dito mismo sa Netherlands, dapat din hindi ipagkait ang due process which should be accorded to everyone, particularly even to a person which is just charged and not even convicted with the alleged allegations against him.
So, ano lang kami, update dyan sa Hague, Netherlands. Kumusta naman ang ating mga kababayan dyan sa The Hague, Netherlands, lalo na kaarawan ngayon. Dito sa Pilipinas, I understand dyan gabi pa at mamaya yata bukas ipagdiriwang ninyo itong ikawalumpung anibersaryo ng dating kaarawan ng dating Pangulong Rodrigo Duterte.
Yes, that's correct po. Actually, we have been preparing for, I think, a couple of week after the meet and greet with our Vice President Sara Duterte, also together with a lot of Filipinos po na galing pa po sa iba't ibang bahagi ng mundo. But ngayon, because if there's one word I can describe this event, it's gonna be historic because it's the first time ever that there will be a president na mag-celebrate po ng 80th birthday, and every day po hindi po nawawala ng Pilipino sa labas mismo ng detention facility sa ICC. At actually they even put a barricade na nga kasi nga na-realize nila na hindi nawawala ng Pilipino sa labas. We also organized a picnic style birthday party celebration which will be held outside mismo ng detention facility, and we also prepared a program to accommodate all of our Filipinos na nagbiyahe pa po sa iba't ibang bahagi ng Europa at ang iba pa nga galing pa talaga sa Amerika at iba't ibang mas malayo pang lugar, sir.
May balita ka ba, Sir Alvin, kung andyan na mismo si Congressman Pulong Duterte? Alam namin na nandyan na mismo yung mag-ina, si Miss Ma'am Hanelet at saka si Kitty. Ikaw ba may balita na monitor mo, nagpunta na dyan sa labas ng detention center, dyan sa labas?
So far po, sir, ang alam ko po si Ma'am Hanelet at si Kitty lang ang pumunta pa lang, but we already heard na si Congressman Pulong is also coming to visit the father, especially I think on or before the birthday date of the former president. But as for now, hindi ko pa po alam talaga, wala pa akong personal knowledge kung nandito na po si Congressman Pulong. But hopefully tomorrow, he will also join, or we will be able to join the celebration together with all the Filipinos.
Opo. At alam natin na kung papaano maghanda ang dating Pangulong Rodrigo Duterte. Gusto talaga niya as much as possible, simple at hindi masyadong magastos sa paghahanda ng mga pagkain, no? Lalo na ay kaarawan niya ito. Diyan ba, ano ba yung mga hinahanda ninyo ngayong kaarawan ng dating Pangulong Duterte?
It's gonna be picnic style, so lahat po, it's a collective effort talaga. Ang daming mga Pilipino na talagang magdadala ng pagkain. Parang fiesta talaga siya, sir, because this is, as I've said earlier, gonna be historic because a lot of people voluntarily will bring, I think even lechon will be there, cakes will be prepared, and more other Filipino traditional food kasi nga talaga ang mga Pilipino gusto nilang ipakita not only sa mga kababayan natin but also sa buong mundo na together, collective effort, we will be able to echo one message, and that's to celebrate the life and the devotion of service na ginawa ni dating Pangulong Rodrigo Duterte para sa bayan at para sa mga mamayang Pilipino.
Oo, at kabilang din doon sa pagpapakita ninyo ng suporta sa dating Pangulong Duterte at syempre yung pagprotesta po ninyo sa pagkakaaresto dito kay dating Pangulo, kasama ho ba kayo? At kumusta naman yung balita din ng mga kababayan nating OFW na mapapasama sila doon ito? Ay sasang-ayon ba sila doon sa Zero Remittance Week na magsisimula nga ngayong araw dito sa bukas sa inyo kasi March 28 ang sabi hanggang buong linggo mula po March 28.
Technically, it's already March 28 kasi nga it's almost 1 o'clock in the morning.
Oh,
But
okay.
indeed, sir, parang this is a very firm decision by the overseas Filipino worker that we are going to do zero remittance for a week to send a very strong message that we are serious with the intentions of the said move. And kasama po ako doon. And we would like to also make sure that with this move, we will be able to reach out to the right people na mag-respond naman sila accordingly. Because we are very firm with our decision that the detention sa ating dating Pangulong Rodrigo Roa Duterte is illegal to begin with. So yun talaga, a lot of Filipinos overseas, they're very angry. They want the former president na mapunta at maibalik na po sa Pilipinas kasi every time nagkakaroon kami ng panayam with the vice president, ang napag-uusapan lang nila, most likely than not, ay sinasabi ni dating Pangulong Rodrigo Roa Duterte na gusto na niyang bumalik sa Pilipinas. But the process in itself, with regards to ICC, is very cumbersome. So it's very important na mag-follow sila sa whatever procedures. But as much as possible, as soon as possible, we want the president to be brought back home to the Philippines where he belongs.
Speaking of respond, yung Malacanang may pahayag din na sabi maging mahinahon kayo. Yan bang paraan ninyo ngayon na hindi pa mahinahon?
I can only speak for myself. I think it's not even mahinahon pa. But I've heard a lot of my kababayan who are also overseas Filipino worker that they're very firm with this, and I think this is. I can only speak for myself. It's just an initial response by the overseas Filipino worker because they want to be taken seriously with respect to their opposition para sa illegal arrest talaga ng ating dating Pangulong Rodrigo Roa Duterte.
Oo, yung gobyerno natin, yung palasyo ay nag-aalala. Kayo ba, kayo dapat ang makakapagsabi, papaano na daw yung pamilya ninyo dito sa Pilipinas kung hindi kayo magpapadala ng pera sa kanila?
Well, my take on this is very personal because I can only again speak for myself, sir. I think some of the people also responded na to me the approach was very feudal. I mean, like overseas Filipino workers are free thinkers, very critical thinkers. They were able to survive in a foreign land. So to be told what to do is something to me very archaic. Parang bumabalik po tayo sa kung ano yung nangyari sa atin as colonial during the colonial time. So, dapat mabigyan po ng pansin ang tawag ng mga overseas Filipino workers with respect sa mga contemporary issues, particularly sa nangyari sa ating dating Pangulong Rodrigo Roa Duterte. Ganyan po kamahal ng mga overseas Filipino worker. And I think most Filipinos globally ang ating dating Pangulo.
Bago ko lang ibalik kay Parte Admar, sana hindi kayo tulad ng mga kumukontra dito sa administrasyon na hindi kayo maparusahan dahil sa ginagawa po ninyong hakbang na ito ngayon, itong Zero Remittance Week.
Well, I hope that they will not resort to that. I strongly hope as well that the government will respond appropriately to the call of the overseas Filipino worker because this is a call for our for me personally, identity as a Filipino, and I maintain that the arrest of the former president is illegal to begin with, and that we are no longer an ICC member state, and that we need to, if there are evidence or strong evidence pointing out that cases should be filed to the former president, it should be filed with respect to the local courts because our judicial system is alive and well, and that to me should be grounded first. Dapat maresolba muna yan before tayo pumunta sa details ng mga kaso. Kaya to me, I hope that they will look into the case seriously.
May buntag, Sir Alvin, si Admarne. And bago lang sa aking mga tanong, yung kaninang naka-flash sa atin sa playback ay ang live footage natin sa kaganapan dyan sa Times Square sa New York kung saan nagtipon-tipon yung mga Duterte supporters. Kasi nga po, bilang pakikiisa, tribute sa kaarawan po ni dating Pangulong Rodrigo Duterte. Curious lang din po ako, Sir Alvin, ano ba yung ano dyan, mga balita sa local dyan po sa the Netherlands and at the same time sa mga international news na may kaugnayan dito po kay dating Pangulong Rodrigo Duterte. Hindi na natin isama muna yung mga binabalita na mainstream media ng Pilipinas dito sa bansa. Diyan muna sa Netherlands and at the same time sa international. Namomonitor po ninyo, paano nila hinimay-himay yung mga pangyayari and at the same time kasi pati mga Pilipino ay ni-interview din nila.
So far, sir, actually, ang naririnig ko na binabalita nila na kung ilang charges ba ang na-file with respect sa pag-arrest ni kay former president, at saka also the response of the community itself, the locals. It was also worrisome for me actually because not all of the locals know really the reality of what it is like to live in the Philippines. Kaya ang nangyayari pag nandoon kami sa labas ng detention facility, nagtataka sila bakit nandoon ang mga Pilipino sa labas, where in fact we are not even allowed to even see the former president to begin with. Kaya sinasabi namin, ina-explain namin na this is this is what's unique to Filipinos because it's a very collective approach, and even though alam namin na nasa loob yung dating Pangulo, we want him that in spirits malaman nila na we are with the president until he's going to be freed. Yung locals talaga dito mismo, sir, they really value human rights. That's why when I talk, it should be valued to begin with. When I talk to them, I always try to explain na kung nabavalue man yung human rights o may value yung human rights dito mismo sa Netherlands, dapat din hindi ipagkait ang due process which should be accorded to everyone, particularly even to a person which is just charged and not even convicted with the alleged allegations against him. So, yun palaging sinasabi namin sa mga locals na hindi nila alam kasi they expect that during the presidency of former President Duterte na pinapatay na lang po basta-basta yung mga drug addicts or mga drug pushers, and I always keep on explaining that that's definitely not the case, but that's the narrative that they are reading on the news or other platforms po.
Opo. Doon naman sa last na pagtitipon ninyo dyan sa The Hague, Netherlands last time, no, ilang araw na nakalipas, mula sa saan yung mga kababayan natin na sumadya pa talaga dyan? Ano yung pinakamalayo na alam nyo po at gaano ka ilang oras yung kanilang ibinyahe, makarating lamang dyan at parang naisip mo ba na talagang pupunta talaga sila dito? Ganito kalayo, pupunta talaga, sasadyain nila para sa isang ano na, yes, nandun si VP Sara, pero ang hangarin talaga nila ay makita din ang dating Pangulo, which is hindi pa posible sa kasalukuyan.
That was really an experience in itself, sir, because talagang super emotional yung mga kababayan natin all the way from Hawaii, from the United States, and these people really voluntarily booked their flights, also looked for accommodations. These are people who spent hundreds, if not thousands, just to be here. hindi nga nila makita yung dating Pangulo. But to be with the Filipinos in solidarity with what they want the world to see. For me, as a Filipino, it is nakikilabutan ako sa idea ng nakikita ko siyang parang bayanihan with one objective, and that's to call for the release of our former president, which is very illegal to begin with. I really hope na makauwi na po yung dating Pangulo natin as soon as possible, and to see the Filipinos' effort voluntarily, hindi binayaran or hindi man lang sinabihan na pumunta kayo dito. They willingly want to come and join that meet and greet na nangyari on the 23rd of March, which by the way, is in total almost 7,000 Filipinos ang nagtipon-tipon po doon sa Malieveld, The Hague, the Netherlands.
Opo. Meron din po bang mga banyaga na nagpapahayag din ng suporta? Kasi itong mga ganap dito sa Pilipinas ngayon, nabubuksan na ito sa international community. Meron na ring mga foreign vloggers na tinatalakay itong issue na ito at parang ang ano mo doon is nakikita din nila yung ano ang dahilan. Alam nila na magkaalyado ito, nagsama sila during 2022 elections, tapos itong si former President Duterte talagang kalaban yung mga durugista, gusto lang niya na maging ligtas ang mga Pilipino, tapos after no na hindi na nagkaunawaan dahil sa isyong politika, na-explain nila ito. Di ko lang alam kung na-monitor mo rin na ito. Nag-viral na rin yung videos na yon ng pagpapahayag ng mga vloggers ng mga foreigner. Doon sa mga banyaga, meron din ba na nakita ka at meron ka bang nakausap na ganun din ang kanilang nakikita at na sumusuporta kahit hindi sila Pilipino?
Yes, I actually met Mr. Malcolm Conlan, and he's very, very strong opposition of the arrest of the former president. He was very emotional when I met him, and he was amongst the crowd doon mismo sa Malieveld na nagtipon-tipon ang mga Pilipino. He wanted to, he also said he was given an opportunity to also talk what he feels about the arrest of the former president. And to me, overall, a lot of Filipinos, especially those who were able to live in the city of Davao, who saw different places in the Philippines during the time of President Rodrigo Roa Duterte, they were very happy. They felt secure. Everything was more different on a positive level. Kasi nga, parang may kumpiyansa sila na yung security, safety, and order sa streets ng Pilipinas are more yung gusto nilang ma-feel in comparison sa now. I hate to say that, but there will be a comparison po, sir. Kaya ang nangyayari, sinasabi nila, they also call for the release of the former president, that a lot of countries should also express their dissent about what is happening, or what is happening to the former president. They should release him as soon as possible because it is illegal to begin with. It has been always the expression of even the foreigners, and I've noticed that because almost every day I'm also in the detention area. Sometimes I even interviewed one person. He's also a Dutch local. He even said, "Why are you incarcerating a person who only did his job for the Filipino people and for the Philippines? He should be a hero. Dapat binibigyan siya ng monument because he should be an example of how governance should be done in a country. Very passionate para sa kapakanan ng mga mamamayan. So for him, he should be released, and this is also echoed to a lot of Filipinos and foreigners alike."
Opo. Sir, ano naman masasabi niyo po sa isang opisyal ng gobyerno dito po sa Pilipinas? In fact, isa siyang opisyal ng PNP, no? Sabi niya, konti lang naman daw yung supporter ni dating Pangulong Rodrigo Duterte. Maingay lang kumpara sa dami daw po, napakarami daw po ng mga Pilipino na sumusuporta sa naging hakbang ng gobyerno dito sa Pilipinas na isuko itong si dating Pangulong Rodrigo Duterte.
I think we should look at the latest Senate inquiry of Senator Amy Marcos with respect to the arrest of the former president. And there was a released document encompassing all of the things na pag-usapan doon. And it's very telling that there's irregularities. I'm only basing this on the documents na release. If there are irregularities on the first hearing with respect to the arrest, sir, I think that's also telling kung talaga bang nabigyan ng due process or accorded with respect to the rights ng dating Pangulo before siya naaresto. With respect to the support, sir, I can only speak for with respect sa aking own experience. Nakita ko ang mga Pilipino na willingly, they mobilized kahit nasaan man sila sa mundo. Pumunta talaga sila sa The Hague para masilayan man lang ang mismong detention facility kung nasaan ang ating dating Pangulo. Kung hindi po yan indication ng very strong support, I don't know what is. Because sometimes kung iniisip po natin na hindi ito by numbers, the effort alone, it will create an echo, a ripple effect that hopefully if this is going to be resolved, it will be okay. But if it's not gonna be resolved so soon, because what they did to the former president is unacceptable to begin with. So in as far as support, sir, there is definitely support to the former president. And kahit nga after his presidency, until now, he remained very popular. That's also very telling of how much support he's gonna get or he is getting.
Opo, susugan ko lang kasi noong bago lang ang Senate hearing, Sir Alvin, ang nangyari, talagang pinagmamalaki nila yung pagkakaaresto, dinitalin nila. Pero noong hearing, abay nagtuturoan na kung sino. So nakita nila siguro nila, ito'y opinion lang naman natin, baka nakita nila na ang mga tao, kasi after nun, lumabas yung mga tao, nagkaroon ng mass action, halos araw-araw pa nga nagkakaroon ng iba't ibang mga aktibidad, mapa-motorcade man yan, prayer vigil, prayer rally, unity walk at kung ano-ano pa, eh nakita nila kaya yung siguro naging resulta ng hearing abay kanya-kanya ng turuan at deny, no? Pero dito po sa inyo pong naging rally last time diyan po sa the Netherlands, isa sa mga chanting, sigaw ng ating mga kababayan ay hindi kami bayad, may pera kami. Bakit yun ang binigyang diin ng mga OFW, pinagsisigawan ninyo dyan sa nangyaring rally dyan sa the Netherlands?
Because sir, parang meron atang news or haka-haka na nabayaran daw yun or binayaran daw yung mga tao para ma-mobilize at saka magtipon-tipon, which is definitely not the case. Kaya yung mga kababayan natin sinasabi nila na hindi namin kailangan mabayaran para pumunta sa isang lugar. Because what really happened is that a lot of these Filipinos na nagpunta doon, they only have their motivation and fueled with overwhelming love and support to the former president. Yun lang po talaga, very plain and simple ang katotohanan kung bakit nandoon yung mga Pilipino. Hindi binayaran, nagkusang loob na pumunta doon as a show of support and love to the former president. Just as plain, as simple as that.
Opo, dahil nakita ko nga yung ibang mga Pilipino, no, though sinasabi nila na mahal yung kanilang pamasahe, ilang euro ba yun, sumakay sila ng tren, nakita ko yung sakripisyo din nila. Alam mo yung nakasanayan natin na yung kanin, tsaka yung ulam, nakasilid lang sa supot, doon na lang kumakain. Grabe yung sakripisyo nila para lang makapunta doon na pwede namang hindi sila pumunta doon kung talagang yun nga, grabe kung hindi mo mahalo, kung hindi ka sang-ayon kay dating Pangulo Rodrigo Duterte, hindi ka magpapahayag extra effort na gagawin mo para lang lumahok sa isang activity kahit hindi wala kang inaasahan na makita mo mismo ang sinusuportahan mo na individual.
I agree. I agree because yung iba, kailangan pang i-move yung mga schedule nila sa work. Kailangan pa nilang i-arrange kung with respect to paano ba sila mag-leave, hanggang saan, magkano ba yung dapat ma-cover na amount para sa accommodation at sa travel expenses nila. How about yung food on a daily basis? There's a lot of things that needs to be communicated well or planned well before arriving on that very moment sa event mismo, sir. So you really cannot just outright say, binayaran yung mga tao, because it took a lot of planning for them. You know, you really cannot plan on something as urgent as this, because this is a call of unity. In solidarity, we really support and we will support. Sabi nga ni former President Rodrigo Roa Duterte, sabi ni VP na ito yung mensahe ni Tatay Digong with respect sa mga nangyayari ngayon. Relax lang tayo, may hangganan ang lahat, and there will be a day of reckoning. Those message really parang how to say that, they left a very big impact sa akin mismo at sa lahat ng mga OFW na nandoon nung sinabi ni VP Inday Sara ayan as mensahe ng dating Pangulo. So I think those are the things that are motivating a lot of overseas Filipino workers to hold onto that hope that one day yung hangganan na yon ay mangyayari sooner than expected, and that all of those people who did this horrendous thing to the president should be made accountable. Yun lang talaga.
Opo. Sir Alvin, siguro birthday wish mo na lang bilang panghuli para sa lahat ng mga nanonood, lalo na kay dating Pangulong Duterte.
Para sa mga kababayan nating naniniwala na yung ating dating Pangulo shouldn't be treated this way, I hope po na bigyan nyo ng more prayers for good health ang ating dating Pangulo. Relax lang po tayo kasi lahat ng ito ay matatapos din. Hanggang sa dulo, laban natin ito.
Ayan. Maraming salamat, Sir Alvin, sa inyo pong oras at sa
Thank you, sir.
pagbibigay ng impormasyon. Tuloy-tuloy lamang po kayo sa pagla-live po ninyo dyan sa The Hague, Netherlands, para sa maraming mga Pilipino na talagang gustong makita at malaman ang mga latest dyan sa The Hague, Netherlands.